Yeah, let me show you a plane real quick. So these are the stock planes, and this is the space plane hangar. Um, they have all kinds of them, you know, different ones. The one I prefer, though, I'll show you in a second. But air breathers, that's fuel lines, and you know, pretty standard stuff. Jet engines in the back. And I believe yeah, exactly. Like that scene in what is it, The Dark Knight, where he just throws up a balloon and a plane catches him. But let's build a new one. Let's go for something interesting. Something that goes supersonic. Oh, Juno. Oh, right. Okay, so let's make a basic plane. So, this is your first cockpit. So this is the first cockpit you get for planes. And then you just have these little parts. Let's see. So you get the MK1s, and that's just liquid fuel, and that's what's going to power your jet engines. And you use the intakes, these things. Yeah, true. I'm sorry about that, PHP. Let me check out your plane. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's a good distance. Alright, so let's just build a basic plane with some basic parts. So I'm just going to do a couple of these. Let's just do 2 of those, and then you said you have the Juno. So let's see, what's the Juno? This is the Juno. Oh, that's the engine you have? Oh man. Alright, Yash, you definitely set me up with a challenge. So we're gonna we're gonna make this kind of interesting. So I know for structural parts, you'll have this one, and you might have this one. But let's just say you only have this one. So let's stick that on the back, and then that's going to be the basis of what we're doing. So, do you have this part, the cubic octag? Yeah, sure. PHP. How would you send it to me? Well, do you put a Dropbox? Put a Dropbox link if you have it, and I'll we'll do a plane for Yash, and then I'll pick up your plane after that. So you only have this big strut, this girder segment. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, definitely going to be a little challenge. Especially since these engines produce how much thrust? 20 kilonewtons? 20 kilonewtons. Well, it's a good thing they're jet engines on the plane. That's going to get you about 50 meters per second. No, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, man. Alright. So, as far as wings, let's see. So you have the small delta wing, right? $130 with 7? Oh man. That is so fast. Holy crap, man. I don't know what I would do at those speeds. Do you have, Yash, do you have any, probes? Because I think with those engines it'd be best to just do probes. But, let me look at the, let me look at what fuel tanks we could use. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Because you could use these, the monoproperty. So you just have these ones. So let's just start with that. So there's a few of these. There's a small one. There's a big one. MKO. Wait, there's MKO? Where's the MKO? Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool, PHP. Let me put that in the swept wings. Okay. Let me put that in my craft files real quick. And then we'll jump right into that. If I can find my Steam folder, of course. There we go. Oops. Alright, I sent that straight to my craft files. The swept wings? Alright, let's see. Elevon, wing streaks. Basic fin. Swept wings. Oh, these ones? Oh, yeah, those are actually really good for the early crafts. So let's take these off. I completely forgot about that MKO. We'll just do a little one. Yeah. Thanks, PHP. Alright, so let's see. It's too big for that. But you're definitely gonna need an intake. Um, so that's going to be your intake. And you've been using swept wings. These might be a little too big for that engine, Josh. I think it's a little too big for the engine. What I would use is these small delta wings. You can make a very, very small craft like this, and put an engine on the back. Which elevons do you have? Do you know? Huh. Use one of these for the elevon 1. Okay. So we'll just do it like this. Make it simple, right? So put that there. Let's get it straight. Little thing right there. Oh, you don't have this one? Airjet, I'm gonna work on this one real quick, and then we'll get to a big space plane later. Winglets and tail fins. Okay, so let's use this tail fin. No, that's too big. Don't want to use a canard. There we go. We'll use this one. Looks kind of crazy, right? But it's gonna work. Watch. Do you have wheels? Like, I'm sure you have these wheels, right? Oh, you're fine with it, Josh. That's the challenge, right? This whole game is a challenge. It's how it's meant to be. Okay, but you don't have the small landing gear. You just have the fixed ones. Okay, alright. Oh, that's fine. Let's do it. Alright. So, symmetry for this. Bring those out. Just like that. Let's offset those a little bit. Oh, click the wrong thing. Pull those up. There we go. Alright, and this is your most basic plane. But let me show you something. This is what I do for the early ones. Because you have these decouplers, right? It looks Russian. I don't know. Maybe. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these wheels on decouplers. Well, no, let's not do it that way. Let's just do it the standard way. Let's see how this one flies. One thing to look out for, these little buttons over here. So your center of lift, that's in the back, because all the wings are in the back. Yeah. No caps, PHP. Sorry about that. Nightbot finally doing its job. Nightbot's working hard, man. Give him some credit. Alright, one thing you want to do is always, this is your center of mass, this big one. Put your center of lift behind the center of mass. Center of lift? Yes. Yeah. That means, well, you won't be pointing it at the ground when you try to pull up. But yeah, it should always be pointing up. So, center of lift behind the center of mass. And then the center of thrust you don't really need to worry about with these engines. Your thrust is always going to be at the back. It doesn't matter where that is. As long as, like, see how this arrow is pointed backwards? As long as that line goes through the center of mass. That's what counts. That's how the shuttle does it. How NASA did it with the shuttle. They made sure that center of thrust was pointed through the center of mass. And that's why you can have this huge external tank and still have a straight trajectory. That's why these engines are, have such a huge gimbal. I mean, look, the gimbal is 10.5. That's crazy. Yeah, so this is less than ideal just because of the size, but it's going to work. So let's send it out. See what happens. Cute little thing, huh? This plane has such a high lift rating compared to its mass that the front wheel won't even touch the ground. But what I like to do is put on the brakes, spool up the engines. Especially for larger vehicles. Turn off the brakes, take off. And this is really small, so it's going to take off pretty quickly. See there? You don't understand physics anymore? No, it's just for this game. Like, that's never going to happen in real life. That's just how the physics model goes on this game. But yeah, I'm at half thrust and I'm going about I'll probably get to 100 meters per second pretty quickly. So that's how you can make a small plane. And what really helps with planes is caps lock enables fine-tuning of the controls. So you get a smaller response from using the WSD and Q&E. But yeah, real simple little plane, and it'll get you pretty much anywhere you want to go. And this only has maybe 10 parts total. So let's go back to the KSP. Land real quick, and then we'll load up PHP's plane. Yeah, and it's crazy, Josh. The the littlest things, like this works because the whole body is a wing. You know, that wing covers the entire body, and so it gives it that huge lift rating, and that's why it's able to fly. But let's slow down, take our turn to land. And we're still going 80 meters per second at a third thrust. Bleed off that speed before we land. There we go. Turn on the brakes. These brakes don't work very well, do they? But you can you can change the brake torque. I like to turn up the back ones. But yeah, there we go. That's pretty much as basic a plane as you can get in KSP.